One thing you'll never convince me of is that fiction is better than narrative nonfiction. I love fiction. I read all types of fiction, but these 5 narrative nonfiction books are better than any fiction book I've read. And stay tuned to the end because the last book is one that I haven't seen anyone, and I mean anyone, recommend. How the Word is Passed by Clint Smith. Smith travels around the globe in How the Word is Passed and exposes America's fractured relationship with the history of slavery, highlighting places like Angola Prison, visiting parades in the South who are celebrating the lost cause, and even traveling to Africa to explore the troubled history that America reckons with its history of one of the most abhorrent times in American history, which is slavery. The Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion. This is an open, personal letter by Joan Didion to her husband after his death. It is a magically tragic experience to understand how people deal with grief, the depths of that grief, and the importance of living with the grief that you have. Joan Didion is top class when it comes to her prose and her directness in the way that she writes. A Year of Magical Thinking is a fantastic read, not only for people that are dealing with grief, but people that want to better understand human emotion. The main character in this nonfiction is probably the inspiration for the folks that robbed the Louvre earlier this week. The Art Thief by Michael Finkel talks about the life and reign of Stephane Breitweiser, who committed over 200 jewelry heists in broad daylight, amassing over $2 billion worth of stolen art. And the craziest part about it is he didn't steal it because he wanted to sell it. He stole it because he truly believed that he cared and appreciated and valued that art more than the people who sat it on displays in museums. The Faithful Executioner by Joel F. Harrington. This is probably the weirdest one on this list. This book came to life after the discovery of a 16th century journal from a former executioner. Harrington brings to life the human that Franz Schmidt was, somebody that was considered to be outside of society as a human and almost subhuman in ways because of the job that they had. He committed over 394 executions in his role, journaling his feelings, emotions, his life. It's a very tragic story, but Schmidt was dedicated to ridding his family of the label that he carried around simply because of the job he had. I've never seen anybody talk about this nonfiction, but it is one of the most powerful and impactful nonfiction books I've read. Everybody talks about the weather. We don't. The writings of Ulrich Meinhof. Ulrich Meinhof was an extreme political activist in the 1970s. She was somebody that saw the world around her completely transforming in a way that she was wildly uncomfortable with. She became extremely radicalized in her political belief, ended up forming a radical political gang that was involved in bombings and other various political acts. It's the work of extreme personal feelings and one that I think is very drastically different from a lot of the nonfiction that is recommended, but one that I think is extremely, extremely impactful.